Hi everyone, my name is Allison. Welcome to Dinosaur Life, a place where we live life to the fullest. Fear and death, big topic that I threw out there for my first cancer chat, but we're gonna try. I kind of have two motivations for making this video. One of them being, if you know somebody who is dying, like in the immediate future, we're all dying, okay? That's part of the point of this video. But if they're like in the immediate future dying, I hope that this video will help you to comfort them and communicate with them. I was diagnosed with breast cancer at the age of 27 in 2018. Don't know the last time I said that out loud. So there's that. But Allison, why do you have hair? That is for a completely other video. This has a long story. Anyways, they say that at the end of a person's life, there's a few things that they want to do. One of them is come to peace in their relationships, so their family and their friends, and another one is come to peace with death or God. Take that to mean what you want it to be. So, going through treatment and stuff, like I was doing a lot of work in my head of like, if this is the end of my life, I want to like live it up. So I need to figure out this death thing and come to peace with it. And I feel like I was able to make steps towards that. And there were times where I felt like my life was freaking awesome. Like I did it. I'm living it, I'm going to continue to live it, and death is coming for us all, and that's the fact that I'm just going to accept. But there were days that I had setbacks, there were days of lots of tears, and I'm having a lot of flashbacks as I record this. And I realized that something that was holding me back, and this is kind of the main sentence of what I want you to get out of the video, is that, like, other people's fear and society's fear of death was making me more afraid. And being able to recognize that was huge for me because it was kind of like naming the thing so that I could get past it. And I know that this is like a really abstract way of saying it, so story time. One day, Allison is in the middle of chemo treatments, maybe like 3 chemo treatments at this point. And I was talking to a dear friend who I love so much. But she kind of came up to me and like grabbed my hands and was telling me like, oh, you're so young. It's so horrible that, you know, you have to face this. Things that, like, she really meant it, you know? But this did not comfort me because as this is happening to me, in the back of my head, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, you're like 60-something years old and you think this is scary? Like, you think, you know, like that fear was just like, what is happening to me? I'm gonna die. You know, which isn't funny. Why am I laughing? I don't know. But it's not comforting to have someone be afraid for you. I'll say it again. Someone being afraid for you and expressing that in front of you is not comforting. It's empathy, but it's not comforting. It's terrifying. And I had this happen in lots of situations, and I just feel like kind of undertone even of society, like in all sorts of media, is like, ignore the fact that death exists. Like, death is scary. We don't know what's going to happen, which is true. But people behaving that way and people talking to me that way in conversation just made me like, what do you know that I don't know? Because I thought I was at peace with this, like, a few hours ago, and now I feel like you know something and I'm supposed to be scared. Here are the 2 things that I'm hoping you'll take away from this. One is when you're in a situation in your life when you need to comfort somebody who is dying or feels like they're dying in the immediate future, remember this, and don't empathize the fear with them. Like, there's so many other things that you can do to comfort people. And this doesn't mean that you're avoiding the topic of death or like neglecting the fear. Like, that's not comforting. And if I'm like, I'm afraid of dying, and someone's like, yeah, but like everybody dies, I would be like, you know, but I'm dying right now. So it's not that. It's not like ignoring the topic or making light of the topic. And it involves a lot of like social skills and finesse, like comforting someone. I know that. Like like there's nothing I can tell you that's like one surefire way to comfort someone when they're dying, because every situation is unique, every person's unique. And it's just a really, really tough thing. Things that do help is like celebrating someone's life, like being like, dude, your life was so freaking rad. Like, how awesome is your story, you know? Or your life had a lot of purpose. I think that's huge. Like, people want their life to have purpose, and validating that their life has purpose, that goes a long way, I think. And then this brings me to my second point is, like, in order to comfort somebody and to not feed this fear of death, you do have to come to terms with it somewhat in your own heart. So I know some people are more ready to do this than others, and for some of us it's necessary. We don't get to make the choice. We just have to deal with this right now. But put it higher in your priority list to come more to peace with death, because I think it'll make your decisions in life, it'll give you like a lot of clarity, it'll give you a lot of wisdom, and it'll help you live a life of excitement and abundance instead of a life in fear of an end that is inevitable. I'm sorry if that was dark, but I'm just spitting truth, guys. That is my chat for today. I hope that it was helpful. I hope that you're going to take something away from this. This is the first time that I've done anything like this. I'll be making more videos like this, and then of course the journaling videos that I'm making. So if you want to hear the next one, click subscribe. I promise it'll be a little bit less dark and less me laughing while I'm talking about dark things. I'm kind of nervous and I'm learning. I'll put in the description some links to places that you can donate to, or information that you can get about breast cancer or young adult cancer. Some really, really phenomenal people in those links. And shout out to my breasties, because they are the most supportive group out there. I freaking love you guys. You guys got me through some really, really tough times.